Hey guys, today after about let's say a month and 10 days of just doing a massive amount of research on germanium, I've come together for what I found, which at the end of the day, as far as using the germanium for external use that goes on the band for the Helo, all I can say is that the science isn't in. Now, as far as taking in it, like breathing it in or ingesting it, especially with cancer patients, there is definite research. So this video is just going to be some brief information. I'm also going to use a third party to basically make the argument of germanium, and then also I'm going to supply some other information and then my thoughts. Alright, so getting into it, we're just going to start on World Global's website. The germanium, when you get it, that's what they look like, the plates. They slip onto your band like here, they just clip in, and the patented clip. Also, just the band is also hypoallergenic as well, which is pretty cool. Now, here it says germanium works. Thousands and thousands of people experience its power every day. It's a strong statement. The benefits of germanium are enjoyed daily by people like you. Use it by yourself, and you will better understand its power. It's real germanium, y'all. I do have to say that also in doing the research, I noticed a lot of commentary on the bands with these negative ion bands, because the basic idea is you're experienced to a whole bunch of positive ions on a daily basis, and you're not introduced to a lot of negative ions. So the germanium, it's negative ions, and the negative ions don't die out on it. So you're balancing your body out against the fight of extreme positive ions. Now, in a practical use, like let's say if you have a negative ion generator, if you, let's say you have a place that holds parts, you want to do that. You want to put a negative ion generator in there, because what it does is it actually reduces what's called oxidative stress. So for example, let's say you have a chain and you leave it in an area, and you have another chain that you leave it out to the elements. If you enclose or you put them both in the same kind of area, but you put negative ions on one of the chain, that chain that's introduced to the negative ions is not going to rust. So that's a small experiment that you could even do that will actually show that it does, reduce or eliminate any oxidative stress when you introduce negative ions. So now back onto this main argument is that there's no gold standard or no strong argument to say that external application of negative ions, that there's amazing science for it. Alright, so I'm just going to the FAQ right here where it says, what is germanium? And this is on the World Global website. Germanium is an element which is commonly found in nature, a semiconductor indicated with GE in the table of elements and an atomic number of 32. Now, here's going to be the third party that I use to explain it, which is GoAskAlice. Now, this is from Columbia University. And basically, Alice isn't a person. Alice is just a group of people that work at Columbia University that are research scientists, etc., etc. And they go ahead and answer questions for people, and they explain it. So let's go to the one. Let me just find the thing that says okay. So it says here, but what is negative ion, and what good does it do? Here's a quick brush up on some general chemistry. Atoms are made up of a nucleus containing protons and neutrons, as well as electrons, which orbit around the nucleus. Protons have a positive charge, while electrons have a negative charge. Neurons, they have no charge. Atoms that have the same number of protons and electrons are said to be neutral. That is, they have no net positive or negative charge. A neutral atom that has gained or lost an electron is an ion. If an atom has lost an electron, it is a positive ion, whereas an atom that has gained an electron is a negative ion. Now, here's the part where it really starts to get to me. Negative ions exist in nature. You may be surprised to learn that they are associated with places where people tend to feel are rejuvenating. Waterfalls, beaches with strong waves, or the air after a heavy rain. That's why there is an association with negative ions and better mood. Now, as the free-floating negative ions are inhaled and reached the bloodstream, they are believed to boost serotonin levels. Increased serotonin levels could help reduce stress, anxiety, and depression while boosting mood and energy. These may be why the allure for the ion power bracelet is so compelling. Who would want to feel as refreshed as they do walking up on the side of a clear mountain after a rainstorm, or as serene as watching the sunset on the beach with the surf crashing on the shore? Additionally, negative ion therapies, where negative ions are emitted from a machine into the air, have shown promise as a treatment for seasonal affect disorder, SAD, due to its antidepressant qualities. So this goes back to where I said taking it in, breathing it in, or I think it's called Germanium or something. That is what they use for cancer patients, that it boosts up their immune system, and there's multiple things where there's actually studies for that, and you can make a strong argument for taking that type of germanium. Let's go back over here. I think I'm going to go all the way to just the bottom. Okay. Here it says, although there's no proven correlation between what the manufacturers and some wearers claim with actual science, the bracelets aren't harmful, so you may decide to try one for yourself. Even a placebo effect is still an effect. And keep in mind that if you don't experience any difference in your physical or psychological health, you can always rely on the tried and true benefits of getting out into nature by going for a hike, finding a good beach, or just taking a stroll after a heavy rain. So there's at least some science that says, hey, negative ions when it comes to nature is going to make you feel better. Now, I want to also just show you, because GoAskAlice is a great website. Every time I'm, kind of not getting it, I always try to get, see what the professionals say. Because you go read a CNN article or whatever other regular news site is out there, don't read it. These guys just look like they're trying to get something in. They don't, because you go to the study and you try to read it, and it's just like, nope, everything they said was wrong. Now, just to explain who GoAskAlice is who is Alice? Alice is not one person, but a team. The GoAskAlice site is supported by a team of Columbia University health promotion specialists, healthcare providers, and other health professionals, along with a staff of information and research specialists and writers. Our team members have advanced degrees in public health, health education, medicine, counseling, and a number of other relevant fields. So you are getting people that have the education, that do know how to read the science, that can give you that other point of view. Again, that's a great site to go to. I suggest bookmarking it. Now, here is a study of just saying effect on negative ion holographic bracelet and maximal aerobic performance. This study went to go ahead and measure VO2 max. I kind of have beef with it a little bit because it doesn't seem like they took the subjects long enough, because when I've seen VO2 max, I really like the argument of taking somebody over a 6-month trial. And this doesn't really look like it didn't explain what the sample number and everything was on it. But I'm going to show you, because if people say, I feel increased oxygen circulation, I feel stronger and everything like that, I can't knock that it could possibly be the placebo effect, but I can't say that it's not assisted to the bracelet. So I just want to take here, it says, let me go, where is this? Okay, it goes. The results of this study provide data that holographic and negative ion technologies wristbands may have no effect on VO2 max, and then VO2 and ventilatory threshold, or HRVT, and thus may have no positive effect on exercise endurance. So this study, again, I said it's not a big sample size, and it doesn't seem like they did it for too long. They omitted a lot of information that I can't say this is a gold standard, but that's what much of the external use for germanium seems to be. So, but at least I could say here that, it isn't the Shangri-La. We don't know yet. We need time to do more research. And, who's going to, there's no big germanium or big health bracelet, negative ion bracelet corporation out there that's just pouring billions of dollars into research. Now, here's something that piqued my interest a little bit. This goes back to, taking in negative ions and improvement of mood. This one, it's hypothesized. Again, it's not a gold standard, but with the taking in negative ions, there is a big body of research that you could at least say, it kind of looks like we're going in that way, especially with the cancer one that I was saying before, that intake of it, where that's actually, you can actually measure that and there's results and everything. So I'm just going to read the background and conclusion. It says antidepressant drug treatments increase the processing of positive compared to negative affective information early in treatment. Such effects have been hypothesized to play a key role in the development of later therapeutic responses to treatment. However, it is unknown whether these effects are a common mechanism or of action for different treatment modalities. High-density negative ion treatment is an environmental manipulation that has efficacy in randomized clinical trials in seasonal affect disorder. So in seasonal affective disorder, they actually have had randomized clinical trials to show the introduction of negative ions to help with that. So, in the conclusion, the results are consistent with the hypothesis that early change in emotional processing may be an important mechanism for treatment action in depression, and suggest that these effects are also apparent with negative ion treatment in seasonal depression. So, at least there's an argument there saying that an introduction to negative ions can affect mood for the positive. So, for me, am I going to still rock my germanium on my Helo? Of course I am, because there's nothing saying that, hey, if you put these negative ion bracelets on you, as long as you're getting it from a good source, which World Global, they're a public company. They have a company like Quality, which has ISO 9001. They're following a system, and it's not like some made in China that could be just putting the craziest stuff and calling it a negative ion bracelet. Here, there's at least that they have a system to ensure that they get a good quality product and they put it in there. So even if you are thinking of getting the bracelet and getting the germanium, do make sure you go ahead and find good sourcing, and don't just go on eBay or some site or buy some random one. Do a little bit of research if you're really interested into the negative ions and having it for external use. Beyond that, if I missed anything, if you find any other studies or any other compelling arguments, please post it down below. I would love to see it. My links are going to always be down below. The links that I'm showing for everything are going to be down below. If you're looking to join a part of the Legacy team, go to my website. My link is going to be in there. There's going to be a form that you can fill out. I can go ahead and contact you. My social media. If you're looking to purchase the Helo, if you're looking to reserve your spot, all that good stuff. Links down below again. Beyond that, thanks for the time. Have a great day.